This is a video on how to replace the cover on your Volcano digit with the pyramid cover. For this, you're gonna need two tools, that's literally it. You need one of these and a T10 1.5 millimeter with the security bit. Let me see if I can get that zoomed in, which has a little hole right there, which goes for these screws right here. So let's commence. So to start off, what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna remove the bolts. You don't have to go in this order. You can go in whatever order you would like. So you just take these off. One. Two. Three. Now that you have the bolts removed, you want to lift this up carefully like this. And there are some clips. There are 7 clips that go at the bottom of this screen right here. I will turn this upside down to show you. So these are the clips that go down there. The best way to remove these, see they're the very first one that you want to remove is probably the big one. And the best way is to just pull them off like this. You pull 1, 2, 3. And don't worry about where they go because they're all keyed. They're all keyed to their specific place. So once you pull that, I'll pull all those off. And then what you're going to want to do is you just, here, so there should be some clips right here. It's better to see when I pull the screen out, but there's a couple clips right here. And to get the screen out, you literally just squeeze. Here, let me zoom in a little bit here. Yeah, there you go. So what you do is you squeeze this part right here. Those 2 clips, you want to squeeze them, and then it pops up right here. And then the whole screen literally just comes out. You gotta squeeze the clips on the side as well. And then that releases our screen here. Like so. And then to remove the ground, what you are going to need is this guy right here. And it can be any size. This is just a very small one. Unscrew that. This is the ground. And there you are. The cover is completely removed. Now, to install this cover, the first thing you're going to want to do is connect your USB-C to the board, like so. And then you want to tip this. You want to make, it doesn't really matter where these wires land because these wires are all fireproof, so it's exactly the same material as these wires. They're made the exact same, so we don't have any problems there, any wires catching on fire or anything of the sort. So what you want to do is you want to make sure though that the wires fit in between that the heating chamber, the heating cylinder right up here. So once you make sure that they fit in between there, then what I like to do with this motherboard is I just like to stuff it right under here. Like so. Right under there where those clips go. And then the wire here, I just stuff it right in here. Like so, so it comes out the back. Once you have that somewhat sorted, You then want to install your ground once again. And it is the second hole up. Don't get that confused. There's two holes here. One of them is to go into the volcano itself, and the other one is for the ground. So we're going to install our ground here, like so. Then comes the locking washer, and then comes the nut. And the Volcano hybrids actually don't have this. It's only on the classics and on the digits. Once you get that in there snugly like that, you take this and you snug it up a little bit. It's a little difficult to get in there from this angle because I'm trying to show you guys. But there we go, yep. Tighten it up like that. Now that that's on, you literally just slide the cover on, and you can maneuver the wires through here and here to make sure that it goes smoothly over. That's the good thing about these wires, is that they are, once again, they're heat proof, so it doesn't matter really where they land in here as long as they don't land up here, because then this part doesn't fit correctly. So as long as they are under this screen right here, we are good to go. So just like that. Up next, what we want to do is we want to pull out our connectors. There's 7, remember that, there's 7. So you go, here we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There we have them all. And remember, they're keyed, so there's absolutely no way that you can get them wrong, even if you try, because they're not, if you try it, it's not going to fit. So then we start with the green. Then comes the red, which clicks in there. Then comes this tri-pin one, which has a slider, it just slides into there. Then a smaller 2-pin one, right here. Which that one slides into here. And then you have this one, which I should have slid in first. It doesn't really matter the order, as long as you slide them in. As long as you slide them in correctly, which this one goes in this way. There you go, and in the 2 main pins, which is the power and the on-off for the pump. These are kind of difficult, but they're not impossible. You just clip them in like so. Perfect. And then the screen just clicks right into place. We have engineered this perfectly to fit the screen in there perfectly. Took a while, but it looks good. Now, what you're going to want to do when it's all said and done like this is you're going to want to turn it over. And here is where you're going to use your 2 included spacers with the 2 long bolts for the 2 screws up here in the front. And the way you position these is they go like this. See how that part is a little bit shaved off this way? You put in the screw, and you make sure it sits right. And you just tighten the screw a little bit, not too much, leave it a little loose, so we can still maneuver it around. That's perfect. The other one right here, make sure that this side is always facing the face of the pyramid where you are installing it. like so, and we can use the same exact 1.5 millimeter T10 key to turn these. And then here we have the back screw. Now that we have those on, you can flip it over. And I would recommend you put like a small towel or something here just to make sure the face doesn't get scratched. But then towards the back, whoops. Install this one towards the back, like so. And this will be different with your Volcano. With each Volcano it's different because some of them have been dropped, some of them are a little bit wanky. This one's brand new, never dropped, so as you can see it fits flawlessly. And then you just slowly tighten them up. These two on the side, you don't want to tighten them up too hard, just a little bit until you feel a little bit of pressure, then you back off. And then same with this one, until you feel a little bit of pressure, and then you just back right off. Because if you tighten them too hard, then it's going to get all wanky on you. You're going to want to a little bit like that. And a little bit like that. And you're done. It's on there. It's not going anywhere. There it is. That's how you install the pyramid cover on the Volcano Digit. For the Classic, it is very similar, but a lot easier because you don't have the 7 connectors along the bottom of the screen here.